Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for jumping on the line this Friday afternoon here in Dubai. Most folks, they leave at 12 o'clock out here, but I appreciate you all going the extra mile.
We don't have such things 12 o'clock. Yes, that I wanted to say.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
business does not die.
Well, how is
everything? For retired people, Maverick, we still have got a lot to give.
Okay, all right, good deal. So where do we want to start? We want to start with the pilot program, or you want to give me a brief wrap up of our last conversation regarding the other information, so we'll make sure we're on track with that Egyptian.
We promised we're going to provide you this Saturday with an overview about what we have in the pipeline, what kind of customer profiles, something that we're going to provide to you.
Okay.
Also, in addition, we're waiting just to open a little bit the brackets for the Egyptian deal. There will be some changes to the contract, and we'll come back where we will put it in front of you again.
Okay.
So maybe we can see. I'm waiting for the changes. I don't know what are going to be the changes. There was some changes in the leadership of the army, so I'm waiting for the revised contract, and I'll put it in front of you so we can see if we can do any matching or not.
All right.
Subsequently, we will provide you for the wheat, especially for Israel at the moment. So this will put it in front of you for Oman as well. And for Oman, I have with discussion with Sheikh on the 21st. Subsequently, I will come back to you with concrete details. Also, we have this new deal coming from, let's say, lead, not deal, but lead, qualified lead coming from India of 100 tons refined in flexi tanks. So they said, look, at the moment what we do, they want to see the price indicative. If the price is okay, then we're going to make, let's say, the first delivery. Subsequently, we can put a schedule.
Okay. All right, so if I'm here.
So we will need an indicative price. So they leave, let's say, the sizes of flexi tanks to what is standard for the supplier. We're not going to give put any kind of restrictions around it.
Okay, good. All right, so if I'm hearing you correctly, you'll be meeting with the Sheikh in Oman regarding the Egyptian deal. Well, rather, the Egyptian deal is going to...
This is a separate one. This is for Oman flour mills. This is a separate one.
Oh, Oman flour mills.
Egypt is yeah. These are two separate deals.
Okay, all right. All right, good. All right, so we're waiting on Saturday for that, or around the 21st. So let's look at this new opportunity. So you have qualified leads coming from India.
India, yes.
And primarily we're looking at 100 flexi tanks.
I'd say the multiples of 100, so they will decide on the size of the first delivery, okay?
Okay, so multiple is 100 flexi tanks. Flexi tanks are around 21 metric tons, approximately.
That's correct.
Okay, so we have 2,100 metric tons.
Yes.
Approximately. And that will be weekly, monthly, or?
It's something that we'll discuss later. They want to understand the price. The moment we give them the price, for example, for what is going to be, let's say, a delivery of 100 tons.
Okay.
Subsequently, we can and I'll include you to the designing this deal.
All right.
Because it's going to be much easier to do it from the very beginning.
Okay, so when you mention 100 tons, that's below the indicative amount to secure an LC, unless they're wanting to make a TT payment, which I highly doubt they would.
Now, one moment. So we're talking about two different things here. It's this is the Indian. They want refined, not unrefined.
Yeah,
refined oil, and they want it into flexi tanks.
Right.
So what is the quantity that you could offer then for refined oil?
The minimum quantity that would accept an LC would be 1,500 metric tons. So 100 flexi tanks of...
1,500 then.
Pardon me?
Let's make it then an offer for 1,500.
Okay, 1,500 metric tons. Let me make sure my numbers are correct.
This is the minimum, this is the minimum, that's it. And that's the condition that we're going to move forward.
Yes. Because it just has to be enough in order for the bank to accept the SPLC. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay, good. So 1,500 metric tons refined sunflower seed oil. We can go back to an original price of last year's price of $850 metric ton. That'll be, bring it to 1,275,000.
Yeah.
Yes, CIF.
CIF, Linja, okay.
Yeah.
So now, would it be reasonable if we put, let's say, between $30 to $40 on top of that?
We can arrange it. If we put $30 to $40 on top of it, then that would be shared between the supply side and the L side.
That's correct.
Yes. So if we share that, we can bring it up to 880. Just say 880, 890. Now, as long as the...
890 to see how
okay, 890. All right, 890. Well, quite frankly, the reason why, and I was just telling Salik about this some time ago, Ibex Global, we do things a little different. We don't give you one price and dilly-dally around and say, oh, we can bring it down. We give you the lowest and best price off the top. That way we save time.
Yes.
So,
I'll give you 890, so
okay.
risk is minimum, right?
Okay, good, 890. So if we go at 890 per metric ton, all right, and 1,500 metric tons, all right, 890.
1,500 tons, this is minimum.
Right. Mm-hmm. 1,335,000. Okay. Okay, 890. Good. Now, this particular supplier, they will allow the markup, and they'll be making the distribution payment directly to you. So Ibex Global does not handle any of the payments, deposits, advances, commission payouts, or neither do we handle any of the trade instruments. However, we do in these particular cases where we have when we have a price point that's below market price, we often will ask for a 1% commodity asset management fee. That enables us to supplement our commissions on this side.
Excellent, Maverick.
Okay, good.
I already passed in. Meanwhile, we've been talking to my contact in India. I'll come back to you on this.
Okay, good. All right. All right. So that's okay with the flexi tanks. Do we have anything else to discuss with the flexi tank situation?
No. I think we're good now.
Okay.
Let us go with the promised information by the end of this week. Okay.
Okay. Good deal. All right, gentlemen. All right. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Have a wonderful weekend. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is from a deal we had previously maybe about a week or so ago. and they're coming back with another option here from India. India we have awesome relationships with, and we are able to get some new pricing. We have a new supplier that's come aboard that gives us the flexibility and the mobility to pretty much craft our own deals. So that enables Ibex Global to make a decision solely on our own, because we know what the interest and exit price points are and the continuums. So when we're presented with a deal such as this, and we know what the process and procedures and limitations are, then you're able to make an expeditious reply, spot on. And that's why it's important to know your products and to be able to calculate the situation, because always remember, you cannot calculate that which you cannot quantify. Think about that. You got to know about the quantification of the mathematics and how, like for example, how many metric tons in a flexi tank times 100 is 2,100. Then you need to know the minimum number of metric tons necessary to utilize an LC or SBLC or DLC. And once you get those figures together, then you can multiply the minimum number of metric tons by your lowest price, and then from there be able to give them the opportunity to mark up the price to what they want. So in other words, you don't want to come to somebody and say, okay, it's $900 a metric ton. If it's $900 a metric ton, well, gee whiz. Now the question is, well, how in the hell do we mark it up? How do we make more money? How do we increase our value? How do we maximize our profit margin during the opportunity? This is why, ladies and gentlemen, Ibex Global, we don't fool around. What we do is we give you the lowest and the best price off the top. Have you ever went shopping for, whatever it is? It might be a car, it might be whatever, clothes, whatever. You ever went to somewhere, furniture, whatever, and you're shopping for it, and they say, okay, it's this amount of money, maybe furniture or whatever. They say, okay, well, it's $12,000. And you begin to walk away. They say, wait a minute. I can give you a lower price. I can give you a sale price. Some people come back and say, okay, what kind of price can you give me? They say, okay, we can give it to you for $900. Well, with Ibex Global, when you walk into our showroom of international commodities, we just give you the lowest and best price off the top, because we don't know when you turn around, you might keep on stepping. Someone may call you up and give you a lower and best price. So when we give you the lowest and best price at the beginning of the conversation, that's what builds trust. That's what builds the relationships. And that what gives you an opportunity to calculate your profit margin on top of it. So we was able to go through profit margin, increase, add on markups rather, to increase the payments and increase the commission, all in one conversation. 5-minute conversation, that's done. All I need is 5 to 7 minutes. We're ready to go. So I want you to think about paying attention to what's happening each time we put up one of these posts. And if you want to catch up with some of the other posts that we've had, you can follow us on Facebook. You can also go to YouTube. On our YouTube, we are rebuilding all of our conversations and recordings. I think we have probably over 100 and some odd recordings on there. Many of those are audio recordings. But at any rate, if you go to YouTube, you go to Ibex Global Resource Center. Ibex Global Resource Center. And that's where you'll find all of our videos for right now. And it's going to be some more information piled in there for your learning opportunities. So we're going to get on to the next call and see what we have, because we had a, let's see here, that took care of that one. So we had another one. Oh yes. So we just had a conversation with one of our other suppliers. So this buyer that we were dealing with here has an Egyptian deal. Now, here's the key. This is very important. This guy, he wants 200 metric tons. He wanted 5 deliveries of 200 metric tons. That's very low. But he also wanted a low price point. It's not going to happen. So he said, okay, well, we'll increase it to 10 shipments of 200 metric tons or 2,000 metric tons, okay? But it's in 10 shipments. And each shipment, let's see if it's weekly or, I think it was weekly. Let's see. We're going to get him on the phone and do some clarification, but I think it is weekly. Well, just a clarification. So let's just assume that it is weekly. But the amounts are very low, so we can't get them at the 850. So we have another key capital partner that, and this guy wants to pay with an LC, letter of credit, 100%. Now, normally he would have to pay a 2% TT payment. So if he has 200 metric tons times, just say 1,050 or so, $210,000. So that'd be $210,000. The issue that we have, because the TT payment would probably be about 30%, about $60,000. A lot of people don't want to pay that advance payment deposits. And I understand. We don't necessarily recommend it, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Moreover, it's going to cost more. The indicative price is going to be more, especially if they want an LC. Did you see what I'm saying? So either they could do a TT payment and put $60,000 down, which they don't want to do, or they can increase the price from $850 up to like $1050 and be able to use 100% LC at zero risk. So that's $200 more per metric ton, which means they'll be coming in at $1050. But that's okay, as long as their exit strategy is probably about $1,300, $1,400. So if they could pull out $200 or $300 per metric ton, just say $300 a metric ton times 200 metric tons, that'll give them $60,000 profit margin per shipment. Now that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. So with that being said, yes, we can do that. So let's just see what happens. Let's see if they'll go for it. He's in USA. He's not answering right now. But we're going to put a note here that we have a solution. We have a supplier that will accept LC. All right. Good. All right, so we'll wait till he calls us back. So we still can wrap that one up. Now, this particular supplier, not only do they do LCs, they do SPLCs and DLCs. Payments are not that bad. Not that bad at all. $10.50. So what we'll do, what we're going to do, because I like to put stuff just where it's at. Two ways we can handle this. We can either, one, start them off at, just say 200. Well, we could either, one, quote them at 200. Well, just don't want to do that. Quote them at 275. No, we don't want to do that either. Let's just quote them at 1050. We don't know where to go with it anyway. So we're going to quote, when he calls back, we're going to quote him at the 1050, 100% LC, just like he requested. Make sure his exit strategy is sufficient to cover the profit margin, and move on to the next deal. So that's how, again, knowing your product is one of the major components of being an excellent negotiator. Because you cannot negotiate, you can't negotiate something if you don't have all your, all the chips on the table. So that's how we do it. So with that being said, we're gonna wait till he calls back. Meanwhile, I gotta make another call for, we gotta make another call here to one of our other buyers. This conversation is not just gonna be offline because of the sensitivity of it. Might get a little off key. Well, let's see who's this. Let's see what this person's talking about here. Now let's see. They wanted refined sunflower seed oil and crude sunflower seed oil. Refined is 850, crude is 820, CIF, any safe port. We're not getting an answer. I want to make sure this other guy got that sulfur deal. Because we had, with the political discord, we had to, one of our contacts with sulfur is no longer available. So we had to go a different direction. All right, so what we're going to do, let's make some more phone calls later on, but I'll be checking with you. Make sure, again, follow us on Facebook, and make sure you go to YouTube to IBEX Global Resource Center so that you can download all these conversations. So we don't know how long they're going to be available, because they're not going to be available forever like that. I mean, they'll be available on a subscription basis, but right now, you can go listen and learn all day long. So we'll see you soon. Cheers.